Yo, what's good? It's K-Felon, K-Felon Beats, Overcome Rappers Academy, peeptheindustry.com.
Purchase your
And
tracks today.
I just want to talk to all of my MCs out there, all of my rappers out there. The question that I have for you today is your music relatable? Okay, a lot of you have trouble getting people to listen to your music, or when you get people to listen to your music, you have trouble with people, staying in tune with your style and the type of music that you make. And the reason being is because 9 times out of 10 your music is not relatable. When I say relatable, I mean, can the
Purchase
average
your tracks
everyday
today.
person relate to the shit that you're saying? I just had to take that little quick break, just let that marinate on your head. Can the average person that's struggling to pay their bills, that going through hardships right now, can they really relate to your music? All right, most of these MCs, most of these rappers nowadays, they come out and they always talking about how they flipping bricks, how they got money, how they
Purchase your tracks
fucking all these
today.
bitches. They doing all of this shit. They doing all of this flamboyant fly shit. But yet you're rapping on beats that you downloaded from the internet. So that kind of excludes you from the real category right there. Because if you're not even going to invest in the beats that you rapping on, how the fuck can you go out there and talk about flipping all of these bricks and doing all of this shit? You pushing Benzes and Lambos and all of that. Like, come on now. Like, you just
Purchase your tracks
be
today.
real with yourself. You got a lot of you niggas gotta be real with yourself. People question, how did J. Cole go platinum? He's the first hip hop artist to go platinum in the last 25 years with no features. Well, if you listen to the album, it's relatable. The average everyday person that's out there struggling or going through shit, they can relate to it. If you listen to Drake, I mean, besides all the singing shit, you can relate to a lot of the shit that Drake talks about, because he talks
Purchase your
about
tracks today.
everyday shit that the average person goes through. The average person can't relate to a young Jeezy. I fucks with Jeezy, but I don't know nothing about flipping bricks. I don't know nothing about none of that lifestyle. Yeah, I hustled before, but I ain't never been up to brick capacity. It's just the hustle. I just couldn't do it. That game wasn't for me. I did it, but it wasn't for me. But I can listen to Jeezy because it's him. Like that's his
Purchase your
lifestyle.
tracks
That's what
today.
he's done. That's what he really did. So when you listen to his music, that's really him. A lot of these artists that come out nowadays, they're just telling stories or spitting about shit that they think motherfuckers want to hear. The average person don't really give a fuck about you flipping bricks. What do you got to say about the shit that's going on today? What do you got to say about the average person that's out there, that's on food stamps, that's struggling? Like, they want a song for them. Music is about expression
Purchase your tracks
of
today.
not just the things that you go through, but the expression of the things other people see and the things that other people go through. If you wonder why Mike Jack is by far the greatest music artist of all time, is because his music was relatable to everybody. You got kids 3, 4, 5 years old now that knows Michael Jackson because his music is relatable. If you really want to build a fan base, if you really want to get fans, if you really want people to be in tune with your music, make your music
Purchase your
relatable
tracks
to them.
today.
People want to hear shit that they can identify with. The reason Macklemore won a Grammy over Kendrick Lamar, I can't agree with it. Don't get me wrong. Kendrick should have definitely won the Grammy. But the reason that he won the Grammy, the reason that he blew up so fast is because his song was relatable to the average person. He made a song about shopping at the thrift store. I mean, you can relate to that. Even though you out there talking about flipping bricks and doing this and doing that, you can relate to
Purchase your
shopping at the
tracks
thrift store.
today.
I'm sure you can. If you came from the hood, I know you shopped at the thrift store because everybody from the hood shopped at some type of thrift store. You can't say you haven't. Either you did, your mom did, your grandma did, aunt, uncle, somebody. You know somebody that shopped at the thrift store. So therefore that song was relatable. Cole went platinum because his music was relatable on that album. I believe Kendrick's gonna go platinum because his music is relatable. We can relate to that. We can attest to some of the things that he's saying because we can see it in our everyday lives. So if you really want your fans to fall in love with your music, you gotta make music for them. You gotta make music that people can relate to. Don't try to make something that just sounds like everybody else, because everybody's over here talking about all of this money and shit, but nobody really relates to it. It's cool to listen to every now and again. You need that hype shit. I listen to it sometimes, but more of a Cole, a Nas type person. I listen to DMX and Locks. I listen to people that I can relate to on some way, shape, or form. I can't relate to a lot of these niggas. So I don't listen to a lot of these niggas because a lot of this shit sound the same. You know what I'm saying? It's the same style of beats, the same style of hooks, the same style of auto tune, and the rap singing that T-Pain and just came in and just made famous. Now everybody's trying to run with that sound. And if you really want to get people in tune with your music, if you really want die-hard fans, you gotta make your music relatable to them. That is the biggest thing. If you really want to get people to be a fan, you have to make music that they can become a fan of. So it's not always about you and about how you want to be portrayed. Okay, a lot of y'all want to be portrayed as like these ballers and y'all got this money and y'all doing this and y'all rock True Religion and Levi's and Jordans and all of that shit, but yet you can't even pay for the beats that you rapping on. That is an oxymoron right there, and nobody's going to take you serious. Nobody, not the average person, not especially not nobody, no music record exec, no producer that really takes their shit serious. If people listen to your music and you're talking about how you flipping bricks, how you got money, how you tricking bitches and all of that shit, and then in the background it's a tag that's saying purchase your tracks today, everything that you just said is irrelevant on that track. Everything is irrelevant now, because if you can afford all of that, then you can afford the beat that you rapping on. And if you're not gonna pay for the beat you rapping on, then obviously you're not even doing the shit that you're talking about. I advise you to just keep it 100 with motherfuckers. Just talk about the shit that you really live. Talk about the shit that you really do. Talk about the shit that really matters. Don't nobody care how much money you got. I could give two flying fucks about how much money you got. Let me hear some real creative shit. Let me hear you speak about the shit that's going on today. Let me hear you speak about real life shit. Give niggas some real life shit. That's it. Talk about shit that the average person can relate to. And if you can do that, then your fan base will go up, because the average person can't relate to half the 95% of the shit that you trying to portray, because it's probably not even really you. No offense to anybody, but I'm just keeping it 100. If you wonder why people really not listening to your music, it's because they can't relate to it. If they can't relate to it, then they're not really gonna bump that shit as much as you think they should. You know what I'm saying? It's just the reality of it. If you really listen to people that makes music and has fan bases that's been around for years, you look at Hov, this nigga damn near 50 still pumping out music, but yet if you go into his albums, he have songs that you can relate to in some way, shape, or form. There's something that you can relate to within his music. May not be all the hustling and the drug shit, but you can probably relate to the story in Song Cry. You can probably relate to the story in Never Change. You can probably relate to that. You know what I'm saying? I could even take it back to Volume 1 with the song Lucky Me. I can relate to that. Like that's real life shit, because I'm going through that now. You know, I have nephews that look up to me, and I told them don't look up to me because I'm not the perfect role model to look up to right now. So I can relate to that. Alright? So just like I said, if you want to get people to really be a fan of your music, then make music for your fans. Make your fans be able to relate to you. Alright? So that's the easiest way to build a solid fan base with your music. So that being said, I'd advise you to watch this video over, just in case anything I said went over your head. And once again, it's K-Felon for K-Felon Beats, Up and Coming Rappers Academy, peeptheindustry.com. I'm out of here. Thanks for watching. If you're not already, make sure you subscribe to the channel. And I'm gonna have a link underneath. You can check out my blog. You can go to my site, check out some beats. And with that being said, I'm out of here. Deuces.